All right, the final boss made his appearance on Smackdown, and he's left everyone with a lot of questions. I've seen a lot of complaints. I've seen a lot of people happy. But here's the thing. WWE is meant to be unpredictable. So, coming up on this episode of Break It Down with Brian H., I discuss The Rock making his return and his confrontation with Cody Rhodes.
No, baby, that's for somebody else. We're just going to keep you right where you're at right now.
It doesn't matter what you think.
The Wrestling Realm presents Break It Down with Brian H.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of Break It Down with Brian H. I am your host, Brian H. Waters. This show, of course, is brought to you by the Wrestling Realm. I want to thank everybody for all their support throughout the years. We now can invite you, if you want to support the show, not only can you subscribe to our Patreon, not only can you subscribe or 321. If you want to support the show, not only can you subscribe to our Patreon, not only can you buy from our merch store, not only can you use the SeatGeek code, $20, save $20 on any purchase of $50 or more, but you can also send some money in the super chat. The super chat will be available each and every Monday night, each and every Wednesday night on the Wrestling Realm Now podcast. So folks, I want to talk about The Rock. I know a lot of people out there. I scroll a lot through Twitter this Saturday morning, get ready to cross into noon as I record this. I saw a lot of people talking. Some people don't get it because one of the things The Rock did was he did a post presser in New Orleans. Now, the purpose of coming was to announce that the WrestleMania 42 will take place in the Superdome. The last time WrestleMania was there, it was WrestleMania 34, where Roman Reigns just fell short of winning the championship. The next time we would see Roman Reigns in a main event at WrestleMania, he would be the tribal chief. But this time, we look into next year, right? And one of the cool things was The Rock, the entrance. He comes out there and he played The Block Is Hot, and it was mixed in with his theme music. And anybody knows I am a huge Cash Money fan. I rock with Wayne, BG, and my favorite, of course, Juvenile. So I've always been a Cash Money fan. So to see The Rock come out there, I popped. I popped. So then we also saw him come out there and he talked and he said now he wasn't just here for that. He invited Cody Rhodes. Now, take you back earlier in the show, Cody Rhodes was removed from the main event match because the final boss had to speak with him. And this is the part that left a lot of people with questions. Why, Rock? What are you talking about? Why is The Rock out there asking Cody Rhodes to sell his soul? So it took me back. It took me back to the older days of WWE and professional wrestling, right? The authority figure. There's always an authority figure. When you think about wrestling, you look back at when is wrestling at its best, it always kind of goes back to when there's an authority figure and there's this babyface champion and their resistance towards each other, right? There was Austin and McMahon. There was the McMahon-Helmsley regime. Obviously, you all remember the time during the invasion. We talk about the pay-per-view. The invasion wasn't great. But we can't act like that time wasn't fun. You know what I mean? Whose side is The Rock going to join? Is he going to join Team WWE? Is he going to join Team ECW, WCW, the Alliance, right? Watching them go back and forth. That was some good times. Then there's obviously McMahon and Flair in authority figure. Who's running what? Obviously, all the times with the Smackdown GMs and the Raw GMs. But anytime you have an authority figure present, and the champion, it's fun. So that's why I always love the roles of Ava, The Rock's daughter, on NXT. I love the roles of Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce. But this goes to another level. This right here takes us, because The Rock is the on the board of directors for WWE. So with The Rock being on the board of directors for WWE, he's got a little bit more say-so. He's got, actually a lot more say-so. You saw Nick Aldis. I mean, I can't do nothing about it. It's the call is above me. The Rock is, essentially, I want to see this happen eventually, where The Rock comes on there and tells Triple H, calm it down. You know what I mean? So that's the stuff I'm looking forward to when we have this thing with The Rock, with Cody Rhodes. I don't know where it's going. And guess what? I'm not going to get gray hairs. I got enough of them. I'm not going to get more gray hairs trying to figure it out. I saw, I'm going to put him out there, Wrestle Rant. Shout out to my boy, good buddy, good friend of mine, Graham. I've been on this social media thing. Me and Graham been, going back and forth on social media in good ways, for over 10 years, But, it's great, phenomenal writer for Bleacher Report. And when The Rock said everything doesn't have to, have a climax in the ring, Graham thought that was asinine. I'm like, oh, Graham, calm down. Like, sometimes we just got to sit back and enjoy the ride. Do I think The Rock is going to mix it up? Yes, I do. He mentioned his dream match. He wanted to go the match with his cousin, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes it up. So now, can we get that? That's the match. If you're a Bloodline super fan like myself, if you're a fan of The Rock, that's the match we've been wanting to see. Because to see The Rock and to see Cody Rhodes go back and forth with their promos, what's going to happen, So that's what I want to see. So that's the match I want to see, Rock and Roman. Let's get there. Let's see what they're going to say. What kind of jabs are they going to make? I don't need to sit back and try to predict all this stuff. But I will say, yes, I'm happy. The Rock is back. Now, there's been a lot of talk that the road to WrestleMania 41 has been a little mid, right? I thought maybe the match that we got on the first Raw on Netflix, I thought we was going to get CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Pencil that in for a marquee match at WrestleMania. They're going a different direction. We got Jey Uso challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship. Wrestling fans, we all love it. People are crossing over, but people still say, is that really enough? But just like that, The Rock shows up. Now everybody's like, well, wait a minute. Because he's showing up. He said in 2 weeks, he's going to Toronto. He's going to the Elimination Chamber. And he wants to know what's Cody's answer going to be. Now, for all those who said Cody's reign is boring, Roman Reigns said it. And I'm going to say it again. Cody's reigns are better as long as he has the bloodline. Without the bloodline, Cody's reigns has been this reign has been it's been cool, but you've been locked in as long as he's been with the bloodline. Unfortunately, that's just the case. So now we put him back with The Rock. We're going to see what's going to happen, because that's the thing. The Rock, you can tell he's a student of the game, student of Roddy Piper. Just when you figured out the answers, I changed the questions. And that's what it looked like The Rock has done. He's changed a lot of the questions. People are wondering what he's going to do. So I'm interested to know, how can this happen? What's going to happen? Will we get Cody versus Rock? We got about 8 weeks left until WrestleMania, folks. So I'll tell you, like I said earlier, put your seatbelts on. Sit back, because the road to WrestleMania this year is a little bit longer. So let's enjoy the ride. The final boss is back. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this week's episode of Break It Down with Brian H. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you drop a like, share, and if you're listening to it on the podcast platforms, especially Spotify, go ahead, hit the follow button, drop a comment. And Apple too. Give us 5 stars, folks. Until the next time, I'm Brian H. Waters. So long, everybody.